Alright, so as you already know, we are in the multimedia era of Sonic the Hedgehog, which means there's a big topic that we need to discuss. Now you're probably thinking, are you hating on Frontiers again because you're calling it the multimedia era? No, this has got nothing to do with hating on Frontiers, okay? Frontiers could still be good, it's still the multimedia era. The Sonic movie 2 was a big hit, was superior to the first movie in terms of quality, it's already grossed over $400 million, right? Even if Frontiers was to charge $70 per copy, you would need to move over 5.7 million units to make $400 million. And I think the last time a Sonic game moved those units was like Sonic 2. So, you know, I'm not saying it can't, right? Maybe this will be the big one that gets a whole new market and it surpasses that number. But as it stands right now, multimedia is still the biggest thing in the Sonic franchise right now. So with the MCU kind of slowing down in terms of quality, let's just say that there's no way Phase 4 is beating Phase 3. It begs the question, is it time for someone else to take the reins? Could a Sonic cinematic universe truly work? So we're gonna get into this topic right now, but if you're subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers and hopefully 7,000 subscribers before Sonic Frontiers comes out. So when we think about a cinematic universe, we think of like a bunch of different heroes getting their own separate movies, but also coming together in movies as well. It has to be very interconnected, right? Right now, it's not a cinematic universe, it's just Sonic movies. You've got Sonic Movie 1, we got Sonic Movie 2. For it to truly become a cinematic universe, you'd need like multiple different sub-franchises of movies all in that interconnected world, and the Knuckles spin-off TV show is probably the first step into creating that universe of sorts, even though it's just a TV show. Now personally, I think there's no better time than now to create that cinematic universe. I mean, Mario's got their movie coming next year, and if that does well, then you're gonna have some more competition. If it flops, then I guess Sonic still holds those reins for now. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna be bigger than the MCU, I'm just saying that for those video game movies, they could have the biggest video game cinematic universe. That makes sense. But my point is, with the MCU, they've been able to bring so many lesser known heroes into the limelight from the comic book franchise, and it's still a success to this day. So for a Sonic cinematic universe to truly be a success, they would need to be able to bring in characters that are lesser known to the general audience and make them more known, right? Like when I was a kid, all I fucking knew was Spider-Man and Batman. They were the coolest heroes. It wasn't until like big movies that I found out about other characters, but Spider-Man and Batman, I just knew about them. Oh yeah, Superman, I knew about Superman as well because of 64. But a lot of these heroes were not heroes that people will go around talking about. Like I never heard a single soul talk about Iron Man until the MCU movie. Same with Captain America, same with Ant-Man. Now before the comic fans get mad at me, yes, obviously people knew about them, people that were following the comics. I'm just saying the general audience. Like if you go to like the general population, like before the Sonic movies came out, they would have like interviews on like these big talk shows, you know, the late night shows and whatnot, and they would usually not be able to recognize more than two characters, maybe Sonic and Tails, or maybe Shadow, probably not even Shadow, like Robotnik, something like that. People are just learning about Knuckles because of Sonic Movie 2. It's very interesting how little characters they know about, and you watching it as a hardcore Sonic fan, you're like, everyone knows Rouge, right? Everyone knows fucking Cream. Like, no, they don't. But when it comes to big budget movies, if you hype up the movie well enough, get actors with big enough clout to voice the characters, play certain roles, then these characters could become mainstream. So if we can get the actors, we have the characters already lying around, then all that's left is basically the lore. So my question is, does Sonic have enough lore to spawn a full cinematic universe? Because if the story is good and the characters are there and you've got the actors, the A-listers, then people are going to show up and watch them, right? So I guess we should start with the Sonic characters that have the most potential for solo movies. So this is not going to be a definitive list, but these are just some ideas for where the movie franchise could go. Some are more obvious and some are just some wacky, more obscure ideas that I'm throwing out there because why the fuck not, right? So the first one is a Shadow franchise, right? Shadow's got tons of lore. He's got the whole gun situation, Maria, Gerald Robotnik, Rouge, Omega, you know, the Team Dark shit. There could even be some kind of prequel story. There's so much you could do with Shadow that for him to get like at least a trilogy of movies is very believable, okay? His lore is deep. And again, as long as you get big enough stars to play the roles, you're gonna be fine, right? Like, I don't know who's playing Shadow, but they're gonna get an A-lister for Shadow, right? I don't want to get too much into the discussion of who should play which character because there's plenty of names. I know people are throwing around Keanu Reeves for Shadow, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that the person has enough clout to get people to come and watch. As long as people go, oh, that guy's voicing that character I don't know, then I'm gonna watch the movie, then you essentially won. Now this one is one I've been thinking about for a while, but a Team Chaotix detective TV series. Think something like the Scooby-Doo original show, but maybe a bit more comedic, I don't know. You just got the main three members of Team Chaotix. I don't know if they would add in Mighty and Ray, maybe it's guests, I don't know. But you got Espio, Charmy, Vector doing detective work. And it could be a bit more lighthearted, but something that would still be in the same world as the cinematic universe. Maybe you would see cameos of other Sonic characters in there once in a while, so you show that it's connected. connected, but they'll just be doing like some detective work, getting paid, pay their rent, whatever, like basically what Heroes was, but not necessarily them going through levels and shit, just like actual detective shit. I think that could be a fun, lighthearted show to go alongside everything else that's a bit more serious, right? Another idea I had is something to do with Silver. Silver, I think, deserves its own franchise, potentially having Blaze as a secondary character, maybe even Amy in there too, but it would be set in the future, so I don't know if Amy would make sense being there, maybe as a guest character, I don't know, but something to do with Silver in the future, fighting crime, whatever, with the occasional time travel if they want to connect other characters to it too. But given that Silver's in the future, I feel like there could be a whole new set of characters in there that we hadn't seen before just to fit that world. I think that could be cool as well. I'm not saying they have to do the whole Mephiles, Ivlis, Solaris plot again, although I wouldn't be mad at seeing Mephiles again, let's be real. They could be a whole new villain, I don't care, but just to see Silver and Blaze come back and do something cool, that could be its own little trilogy. And this one is another interesting one because I know people want to see something related to Robotnik or Eggman, but I feel like Eggman at the current age would be a bit pointless to have a movie with just that. So I'd want to see like a younger Robotnik. Like I'm guessing he's in his 40s or 50s. That would be my assumption. So I guess a younger one would be like 20s, 30s. I don't know. Before Sonic existed, basically. Something to do with Robotnik in those young adult years. Maybe his transitional point to the villain, right? His Walter White story, right? Maybe he was that forgotten kid in school and he becomes like an adult and I don't know. His life goes to shit and he becomes Robotnik. I don't know how it would work, but I feel like there's an idea there. I'm not the one to like flesh it out, but something to do with that 20s to 30s Robotnik and that transitional point could be entertaining, I think. Again, if they cast the character right, because obviously Jim Carrey's too old to play that unless they de-age him, but if they cast the character right, it could work, I think. You could even add in like a fucking Robotnik high school TV show. I mean, that could be fun. I don't give a fuck. I mean, that's a bit random, but like you could do something like that. There's ideas I'm throwing out there, but there is one more thing that I want to see, and this one's a very personal one, right? But I want to see wacky races but Sonic, basically. Like out of all those little animated shorts that we were getting in like the late 2010s to promote games, there was one Team Sonic Racing Overdrive animation. I think it was part 2, and I really enjoyed that one. It basically felt like wacky races but with Sonic characters. You could have like, I don't know, Team Babylon in there. Basically all the Sonic characters could be in there. Just it's like a TV show, like Wacky. If you haven't watched Wacky Races, watch Wacky Races. I can't even say it properly, but basically just the characters just racing around and there's just a lot of banter between them. Just it's very entertaining. If you've seen that show, you know what I mean. But just Wacky Races but Sonic. It'll be a lighthearted TV show, maybe a couple of seasons, but you'd get to see all the characters together. Maybe something like that wouldn't be canon though, so I don't know if it'd fit in the universe, but I just had to bring it up. But yeah, I think those are all the ideas I've got right now. I'm sure there's other good ideas that I'm not thinking of, but you know, you guys can tell me if you got any other interesting ideas. Obviously the only reason I didn't mention Knuckles is because Knuckles is already getting a spin-off show, so that's why it was irrelevant to mention. Some people might say Tails should get his own thing, but just like Patrick Star or Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, I don't really think Tails is strong enough to carry his own show. I'm sorry, Tails fans, I'm sure you guys will disagree. And look, if they make a Tails show, I'll still watch it, right? But I don't know. Tails being the lead character, just let the sidekick characters remain sidekicks, okay? Like, I'm sorry, okay? But I think the most important part is that the cinematic universe keeps going on, right? So with a lot of these ideas that I mentioned, you'd have to create brand new characters alongside the ones we already know so as to flesh out their individual sub-franchises. And sometimes those brand new characters get so liked that they end up getting their own sub-franchise, if that makes sense. So you might add a brand new character in Shadow spin-off and that character becomes so liked that eventually he gets his own show or something like that, and it just keeps going on and on and on, and that's how the universe keeps moving, right? Like when I first watched the Avengers in like 2012, I didn't think Hawkeye would ever get his own show, but I think it worked at the end of the day. So in conclusion, I think there's a lot of potential for a true Sonic cinematic universe, and I think the producers do want to create some kind of cinematic universe, but only time will tell which direction they go in. I just decided to give some ideas on what I thought could work. Let me know if you like my ideas or which ideas you would want to see implemented in a cinematic universe, whether a movie, franchise, or TV shows or whatever. Or maybe you think Sonic shouldn't be a cinematic universe and all the movies should be solo and contained and nothing should be interconnected and they just keep rebooting the same story over and over again. I don't know. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure to check out the non-Sonic channel. The link will be in the description. But that's all I have to say right now. So, Premy out.